Hi everyone, welcome to your reading class. Please sit down and get a pen or pencil out as you will need to take notes from the lecture. Today, I will be covering these TEKS for this lesson, and I will read them to you. This is high school reading, and we will be covering what I will be teaching you. The student reads and responds to informational text. The student is expected to C. Analyze the use of common expository text structures such as sequence, description, compare, contrast, cause and effect, and problem and solution. We will be moving on to the next slide. The lesson objectives of today's lesson are: students will be able to analyze the use of common expository text structures such as sequence, description, compare and contrast, cause and effect, and problem and solution. Okay, today we will be using the novel Wuthering Heights. You will be picking a chapter in pairs, and from there you will act out your scene of choice in front of the class, and we will discuss what you inferred from it. We are beginning the lesson of today. Okay, so we're going to be talking about sequence of events. The sequence of events is just like it sounds. It is events that go in a particular order in which they occurred. A way to keep track of events is by using a timeline graph, or by making notes of the events happening in a story so you can follow and recall the order in which events occurred. The paper right here on the screen is an example of how you can keep track of sequence of events and write them down as they happen. Okay, so the next thing you will be learning is description. Description is a detailed explanation of events, people, or things. Description is about detail because it helps you visualize what is being said. Description is important because it is useful when talking or writing reports and assignments. It is always very good to know details because details are important and will be useful when you need to recall things. Compare and contrast. Contrast is to find a difference, and compare is to find similarities. Compare and contrast is used to analyze and organize information. Plus, it helps us to notice details and to differentiate. To compare and contrast, you can use a Venn diagram and use it to write down the differences and the similarities. Here's an example of a Venn diagram that you can use. There's also signal words that you can use and know to compare the differences and similarities. Compare and contrast examples and words that will clue you into what is a compare and what is contrast. So compare. One is similarity. Another is similarity. Both, like, likewise, similarity, in a similar fashion are words of comparison. The words of contrast are one difference, another difference, conversely, in contrast, unlike, while, whereas. Okay, on to our next slide. Cause and effect. Cause is reason for certain events. Effect, results of a specific event or situation. Cause and effect explains how and why things are happening. A chart or graph is a way to list the causes and the effects. Here is a graph showing you how you can write it down. You write the cause and then all the effects that followed because of the cause. And here are examples of cause and effect. Take a minute to read them. Okay, we will be moving on to the next slide. Problem and solution. Problem, issue or cause of a bad situation. Solution, to fix what is wrong. Problem and solution is often confused for cause and effect. While the problem and cause are similar, the solution and effects are not, because of the solution is fixing the effect. This is important to know when reading. Charts and lists can be used to separate the problem and solution facts. Here is a chart that shows you how you can separate the two to write the difference between the problem and the solution. Okay, I will be asking you some questions and I hope you can respond. Why is it important to distinguish between cause and effect? Okay, yes, that is very correct. Okay, your next question. Why is it important to recall the sequence of events? Yes, that is very true. It is important to recall the sequence of events so you know what happened and when and why and where. Okay, on to our next question. Can any of you tell me the difference between compare and contrast? If so, please explain. Yes, that is correct. Okay, we will be starting a new activity and you will be having an assignment. Your activity is to present a compelling reenactment of a chapter from Wuthering Heights, specifically selecting a chapter from chapters 15 through 21 with your assigned or designated group and performing it in front of the class. Remember, each group should select a unique chapter, allowing for only 7 groups. It is important to meticulously record the significant insights derived from the chapters that are being performed. Your assignment will be a test covering chapters 15 through 21. So please pay attention and record notes. That is all for today, and continue with your assignments, please.